What's up everyone, I'm Dimebot, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and favorite places to fly. Today, we're going to be taking off in Cambridge Bay, Canada. So let's go ahead and fly. Alright, so here we go. We are on the ground. Let's go ahead and take the brakes off. So, Cambridge is rather interesting. There is a lot of pre-European history here. You have several groups that were active in the area. First peoples that built food caches and stone houses in the areas had a somewhat of a migratory lifestyle that would have interacted with the area around here, but not necessarily settled here at first. As we go ahead and lift off here. Now, around 500 years ago, the modern Inuit people made an appearance here, but still not permanent settlements. And then the Europeans come, and that's where the history gets a little interesting, and you start seeing some permanent settlements. This was during the Great Age of Exploration, when people were looking for the Northwest Passes. So you have John Ray coming here on foot over the sea ice. You have Roald Amundsen coming here in the mod, which actually was anchored here, sank in the 1930s, and then was eventually raised and brought back to Norway in the 2000s. Now we're going to bank around here. Also out here is the Canadian High Arctic Research Station. So it's a very, very interesting area. And also it is in a massive bay, not quite as big as Hudson Bay. But you'll see where we are here. Hence the name Cambridge Bay, obviously. Now, there's also some World War II history. In 1947, right after the war, you did have the Loran Towers built here. You also have a distant early warning line site here in 1955. And you also still have a manned operational station as part of the North Warning System up here. So, there has been a lot of activity here over the years. Now, one thing that's interesting to me also is just all of the little lakes and ponds that are up here. And this is a facet that you see all across the northwestern parts of the Canadian territories. There is a lot of lakes. It makes for a very interesting terrain to fly over. Alright, now that we're sort of leveled out a little bit. So one thing that you'll notice as we come back over the airstrip is these islands out here. So we are between the D Strait and the Queen Maud Gulf. As we pass right back over the airport. So there's a few places you can go here. You can fly on over towards Hudson Bay if you really want to. It's going to take you a while to get there. Alternatively, you could go ahead and continue on to the west. There are a couple of airports out here. Eventually, you would get to Lake Baker and some other settlements. But there's not a lot out here. This is not a densely settled area. If you couldn't tell by our rather makeshift runway. But one thing that is fascinating, again, is just the sheer amount of lakes. If you look ahead of us, it just stretches on into the distance with no breaks. This would be a very interesting place for VFR flying, too. If you ever want to know where a road goes, this would be the time to check it out. Yeah, just a very, very interesting place to fly. This part of North America is very interesting, a lot of diverse geography, and in a lot of places, not a lot of human settlements, so you can really see some interesting natural landscape, even in the sim, which is just kind of simulating, obviously, what it thinks is out there. You can get some really interesting results. But that will do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. If you have a place you'd like me to check out, leave it in the comments below. And if you're here to the end, well, thank you. Watch time is key for feeding that algorithm. My name is Dimebot, and I'll see you guys next time.